it's a two-hander, or, if you go on, you guest star for a while on something, maybe you don't, obviously, but I think it's not, and that was a very formative time in all of our lives. I think we're all in our somewhere in their 20s. Josie was 21, whereas I was, I think, 30. So doing Melrose Place. So, there's a little bit of an age gap, but I don't know why. I don't know why. I just remember doing stuff, with each of them. I mean, Grant and I stayed in touch, and, just, we did another show together. He came on Beautiful People for a little bit. And, of course, not with everyone, because they also have their families. Like, I don't have kids, but like Laura and Doug have kids, and it's, good luck getting on that schedule, on that calendar.
There's a
But
lot.
not for email though, and FaceTime at least.
What about, because when you did do Fantasy Island, when Josie Bissett was doing press for Fantasy Island, she, brought up a reboot, and, we all know that CW incarnation of Melrose Place, which you were on for a hot second, that didn't exactly go anywhere. But, Josie said in an interview that, to do a reboot, it really needs to be the original cast. And she implied, like, have there been talks?
I mean, I feel it because we're asked that over the years. And so, I mean, I don't know anyone who has said, no, I wouldn't want to. I mean, we've said, yeah, I would love to do that. That would be fun. And then like Courtney's always there going, let's just get together for dinner. Like, let's at least have dinner. You know what I mean? And so we'll have lunch. And I think it's just a matter. I mean, so Fox, someone would have to come up with it, and Fox would have to initiate it, I think. And then, would fall into place. I mean, I think that could totally happen. Absolutely. And, we've all talked about it. I mean, I know that Darren's super busy doing stuff, but, Emily and Paris and all that. And God, I mean, he's so damn prolific. I was like, what was he doing when we were living together in college that I wasn't doing? Except for writing. I mean, he was writing, but he's so prolific.
Are you shocked that Darren Star is Darren Star? Like, do you watch? I mean, Emily in Paris is phenomenal. Let me just tell you, it's a guilty pleasure. It's so light and like deep. It's great.
Eye candy, and it's in Paris. I mean, the guy is smart, right? So, am I shocked that no, I mean, Darren has this ability to be like, to see a topic or a group of people or a thing, whether it was, Sex in the City. I remember talking to him. I remember visiting him in the Hamptons before that. And he said, I'm either going to go to CBS or HBO. And HBO wasn't HBO that back then. I mean, was The Sopranos on it? I don't even know. I'm not sure. You might know. But at any rate, and he says, I think I'm going to go to HBO, which was on one hand, more of a risk because not everyone had HBO. But on the other hand, he wanted to do what he wanted to do and not have a network editing him and cramping his style. And he was so smart to do HBO because he got to do all, I mean, if it's Sex in the City, you got to do what you want to do, or it would have been a very different show and probably not as successful at all. So to me, to know, like, how to take something and the way to do it, like Emily in Paris, is a different way to do it. He just goes all out, from the clothes to the sassy French attitude, and he knows exactly where to shoot it and what the audience wants, that entertainment. So,
yeah.
I feel like there's something about Darren that he just knows entertainment. He just knows, like, and he's done things and they haven't quite hit or whatever, but so what? That he's so freaking prolific. He just goes on and gets his next idea and makes that happen. So, I mean, I think he was doing 90210, and then he did Melrose, and then
maybe like Central Park West, which didn't really hit.
West, and then like he just, I don't know. I just
Sex in the City kind of.
Yeah,
that for a lot of people is their like gateway drug to everything, TV,
yes,
etc.
yes. Yeah. So I just I look back and I think I saw that Colonel back when he was just a college student with me and living in this dumpy apartment. I saw that mentality in him for sure.
When you guys say like, you would like to be, you would say yes to Melrose and, Doug and everyone, like, does anyone speak to Heather Locklear, and what was working with Heather Locklear like?
I text with her. I think we text with her once in a while. I'm not sure who she talks to. But I was wonderful working. You can ask anyone on the set. We've, on the crew and on the cast, that she was fantastic and such a great person, hilarious, self-deprecating, very funny. And I always thought, God, people should know how funny she is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she's funny. And I mean, that's kind of what she is that humor where she goes to first. So the fact that she was playing this, uptight bitch in these like tight skirts was, yeah, she could do that too, but she's also very funny. So that would have to come. That would definitely want to be a part. You want to see that more if we're to do something. I would want to see
Yeah.
that more.
What about, we would want her in the reboot, I think, if there was going to be one. We can call Marcia Cross. Let's just bring everyone in.
Yeah. I think definitely Heather.
We can call Lisa Rinna.
Rinna, well, you're in her world for a whole other reason.
I'm in her world for a whole nother reason, which is that was my next question to you. I know before we started, you said you're not really into reality TV. We have Rinna, we have Garcelle, who was on Models Inc., which was spun off from Melrose. She's still on. Denise Richards was that. Like, have you ever been contacted, or has anyone thrown your name ever in? You've gone to actresses throughout the years on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. You live in LA.
Yeah, but I'm like the opposite of, I don't think that they would think of me like that. I wasn't married till I was 54, first of all. So housewife and I don't have a big fancy house in the hills, and I don't wear much makeup, and, I wouldn't know how to do that, to be honest. And I just don't have the glam. But I do know one of the producers of it, and he said, come on, you should go on it. And I was like, I'm not going on it because it terrifies me, because like, you're like having lunch with the sharks. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't know what's going on in the next scene. Like, you've talked to them. By the way, I do watch Beverly Hills. That's the one I watch. I watched New York for a while in the beginning, but I like the OGs, and then Beverly Hills I've watched for sure. And I have a friend on there, Crystal, but and Lisa Rinna I knew back in the day, but I just think it would be so terrifying to be on that. You tell me about it. You know more than I do.
I feel it doesn't end well, no matter what. Like, with the best laid intentions, it won't necessarily work out so well for you or anyone. So your gut is probably correct.
Like, I don't have a lot of secrets, but I think you have to lay yourself out there and you have to make the drama or something, right? So who's coming back?
Well, what does Crystal say to you, about her experience after?
Well, I haven't talked with her in a long time. And when I say friends, like through her best friend I'm friends with. And so I've been to her house. I know her husband, Rob.